everybody, welcome to this edition of Telemazing. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 shows if you love supporting characters. We got Alex Di Trolio in the house, and so we're going to be talking about top 5. We're going to alternate a show, talk about them, and see if they should be on the list, and we'll go from there. So we'll kick it off with you.
I know who's going to like this one, Tim. Sons of Anarchy.
For
supporting characters. That show, I mean, it's even hard to discern. Obviously, the star is Charlie Hunnam for Jax Teller, right? And then obviously Katie Seagal. So many good people that are essentially the main cast, but that whole cast and people who are considered supporting are still so incredibly vital and charismatic to the story. Bobby, Chibs, Tig, Wayne. That show is not what it is without the amazing supporting characters that make it run at all.
I'm not going to debate you on it. My pick, I think that should be an easy pick, is The Office. Like, how many just lines can you mention in just like Creed, Angela, Dwight, Jim, just like all of them. It's just every single one of them always has a great line or things that work. So if you don't put it on, it just doesn't make any like. No,
I'm not gonna argue. This might be the easiest, but I'm not gonna argue with you at all.
Yours.
Okay.
Oh no.
My second one. Actually, no. I think you're gonna like this one. I'm gonna choose Breaking Bad. Hank, Marie, Gus, Mike. Boom. Done. Said. Win. Tuco. I mean.
How long was Tuco on the show?
A number of seasons. Saul Goodman. Oh my gee. How?
Oh, Saul.
Done.
Yeah.
Saul.
You made your point. And I will reluctantly say fine.
Reluctantly?
Yeah, because it's just like there's so many other shows. Like we're about to go down an entire list of shows, and I'm like,
I have one other show. I can only think of one other show. Well, no, I can think of a couple other shows on my list that had successful spin-offs because of a supporting character.
Yeah, that's fair. My second show would be Veep, just straight up for accolades because they've won supporting characters for like the last 7 Emmys between Tony Hale and Anna.
Anna Klumsky?
Yes. They both just end up winning both of those. So it's just like, just based on accolades alone, they deserve to be on the list. But also like the other supporting characters that they have just on that list. So it's like, Julia Louis-Dreyfus obviously drives that show so well, but like everybody else is definitely not up to that level. They're not considered main characters. They're definitely supporters within that world that she lives in.
But they create dynamics and a necessary need to watch a show even just for them and for their storylines.
Right. Critical Darling wise, like it wipes everybody else. So,
I don't have that much. This
so
is
now
what I'm saying.
4 shows.
We're going to end up with 10 shows, and we're going to have to narrow them down to 5. My next show, you'll probably love this, is Frasier, because of Niles and Roz. I thought they were both really strong, and they added very much to the dynamic and the feel of that show. I
love this show.
That's why I was like, I thought you were like.
But I wouldn't put it on the list.
Oh.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is nobody without that cast.
Yeah.
With Frasier, it's kind of like I felt Kelsey Grammer could hold the show on his own.
Okay.
Like, I don't think there was a need for...
It added to the show, but it could have gone without them.
It pains me to say no to Frasier, but...
But you know what? Hey, we said no to a show.
I'm going to put Happy Days.
Oh my God.
With Happy Days, like, the Fonz was so astronomically different from any type of supporting character you would ever, like, really meet or see. True. It kind of defined the idea of how a supporting character could, by himself, take a show up. And
become an important part of that show, even if he isn't in every episode, every scene, isn't the driving main character. He's still needed in that show to keep it going.
Well, I mean, actually, I would say even stronger than that. The Fonz needed to be good for that show to stay up.
I will agree at putting Happy Days at number 5.
Oh,
I think I think that in a way you're right. I think the Fonz, especially at that time, their supporting characters were forgettable. They were funny, but they were forgettable. You didn't get attached. People got attached to the Fonz. So I will, for the historical relevance of it, I will agree with you. But that's why I'm saying fluid, because we don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Next pick.
Yeah.
This might not surprise you. Boy Meets World.
Oh no!
Sean and Topanga.
But they aren't supporting characters.
But they are supporting characters.
They're so main characters. They are so main characters. They are absolutely main characters.
Feeney.
Supporting. I'd say Feeney's supporting.
I know who doesn't love Feeney. If Sean and Topanga are considered main characters, then I would probably take Boy Meets World up.
My 4th selection is The Walking Dead. So many people, but the number 1 guy, Daryl. Like, the guy...
Wait, is he? he's supporting. He's not considered a main character.
I wouldn't. Let's say you made the argument that he was a main character. You still got Carol. You still got Glenn, Glenn's girlfriend. There's so many people who have died that have been great supporting characters. People who are still alive, people who have joined, like Negan now. Like, there's just so many people within the lifetime of the show that just like
that are no longer even on the show, but were such an important part that how can you dismiss them? That might supersede Happy Days.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, Fonz, I respect you, Fonz.
Hey, you know what? Honorable mentions are a thing. Honorable mentions are a thing.
I have a tie for 5.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm one of
those people.
I'm one of those. So the 2 that I have tied for 5 are This Is Us, because of Toby and Beth. And then my other tie for 5, I don't think you're going to like this, is Rosewood. But I just can't nudge any of the 5 that we have on the list out of the way for those 2.
I may have a show. So I guess I had a tie for 5 because I thought that was one.
So you're one of those people too. Yeah. Give us your tie.
Well, I wasn't one of those people. I just had my 5 and chose not to mention it. But since you did, I'm going to have my tie for 5 too.
Okay.
So the 2 shows, well, actually both of them I think you would argue. But the lesser of the 2 I would say is Arrested Development. But then the one I'm going to say, which I think it's so tough to not put this up in here, is Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, like
oh my gosh.
That
overdoes Veep.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you
forget you Veep. Sorry Veep.
Have to.
Like, you have to
put it in there.
Who are the main characters that technically
of Game of Thrones?
Versus who's supporting?
As somebody who doesn't, you know what, Tim, you want to assist on this? Do you want to?
Yeah. So.
Do you want to just switch chairs for like a couple seconds?
Okay.
It's like we're gonna switch chairs. It's like we tag team. We're tag teaming.
Yeah, I like this. You tag in, tag out, tag in, tag out.
Okay.
Tag in.
Okay. I mean, looking at the whole series, probably the Stark family is like the main characters. Like it has a lot of characters, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think really like those are the guys who you're consistently like, oh, these are the good guys. These are the people you're always rooting for.
Okay.
Basically, no matter what. Everyone else, like the Lannisters, especially, like. And all these groups that have their own stories that get so spun out, but like really it all comes back to the Starks. Tag back!
I love this. I love this so much. I love this tag
great.
Team. This is fantastic.
Yeah, because I can't, like, I know like you have to put Game of Thrones on there. It's just that when it comes to specifics like that, I'm like, I don't know that well. So on the list
Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad. Yep, done, affirmed, cool.
2. And so then there's The Office, Veep, Walking Dead, and Game of Thrones. For the people, I will take off Veep. I will land on my sword. The list is now The Office, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and Sons of Anarchy.
I'm kind of happy with the list.
But
I like the list.
But we also rank them. That's how we just.
I forgot about
You
that.
always forget about this. Number 1, Game of Thrones.
Okay,
Anyone
yeah, I'm
gonna
fine.
argue
I'm
with
fine
me
with
on
that.
that one?
I'm fine with Game of Thrones.
I would even put The Office at number 2. It's killing you inside. I know it is. Hey, I took the hit for Veep. You have to take a hit for something.
Put The Office at number 2.
Yeah, Office. I'd probably put Sons.
I think Sons. I think because of the amount of supporting characters and their importance.
And then what do we have left? We have Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. I would put Walking Dead over Breaking Bad.
I think so too.
And so here is your top 5 list if you love supporting characters. Starting with number 5, Breaking Bad. Number 4, The Walking Dead. Number 3, Sons of Anarchy. 2, The Office. And number 1, Game of Thrones.
Solid list.
Yeah, I think this is a really good list.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is really rough.
This is a really good list.
And so that's our top 5 list if you love supporting characters. Now, if you agree with what we talked about, or even if you disagree, make sure you comment below and tell us what you really thought, if we're missing any shows as well, because I'm sure we're missing a ton.
Yeah.
Along with that, if you are new to Telemazing, we appreciate you guys checking us out. We have new videos here every Tuesday and every Thursday, so make sure you press that subscribe button to get all the new content. Along with that, we also have a podcast every Monday that comes off on iTunes, Google Play, everywhere you get your podcast, so make sure you check that out. Her name is Alex Di Trolio. I'm Joseph Mwamba. Thank you for watching. Now go watch some TV.
Tim, high-fiving you from here. Awesome. Okay.
That looked very Hitlerist. I didn't like it.
I went like this.
No, he definitely went. No, that was higher. That was higher. And yeah, see that. See, it was a little bit. It was a little bit slant.
Wait, ready?
Yeah, that's
Ready?
Stop it! Stop it!
Fine,
Stop it!
fine, bad,
Fine, fine. How about this? We'll do it over. Ready?
Right.
Tim, fist bumping you from here. What up?
Violence is not the answer, Tim. Stop punching.
Catch a break.
Can I catch a break?